From the top of the Tower Studios, 76 floors above Lake Washington, this is Seafair Stories. Real conversations, local legends, and behind-the-scenes moments from Seattle's favorite summer tradition. Because Seafair isn't just a festival, it's a way of life. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Emily Cantrell, President and CEO of Seafair Charitable Foundation. And today's episode is going to look a little different, and it's very special because we are joined by royalty. We have King Neptune Eric Johnson and our first ever community hero, Mercy Haub, with us today. Welcome to Seafair Stories.
Oh, this is going to be a blast.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
I've been waiting to get behind a microphone with you for a long time, Emily.
Long time coming. So, Eric, you spent nearly 4 decades in local TV news. What's it like to trade in your anchor seat for a sash and crown?
Well, I'll tell you what, I never knew how good it felt to be in a sash until just recently in the crown. The crown's heavy. They say heavy is the head that wears the crown. It feels heavy. No, I'm having a blast. This King Neptune thing is an absolute blast. I am so thrilled to be a part of Seafair and to just dig in, go to all the events, meet as many people as I can, and just soak up summer in Seattle. It's an honor and a thrill, and I'm having a blast.
Good, and it's an honor for us to have you. And then you also, Mercy, our first ever community hero. Once again, this is an evolution of the Miss Seafair program. And we introduced it earlier this year as a way to celebrate our emerging young leaders who are making a positive impact in their communities. How does it feel so far?
Oh my gosh, it's such an honor. And I think you just said it, this is the moment where we really do need to highlight those sorts of voices and that sort of work. And the Miss Seafair program has been such a pivotal moment of Seafair, I think. And it's such an honor to be able to continue with this sort of change in direction with all of those wonderful individuals behind me. And it feels like a baton toss and less like we're dropping the ball and starting something new. So it's really, really cool to be able to work with everyone at Seafair and join the family. And yeah, it's just an amazing summer so far.
We can't wait to hear more. But Eric, you first introduced us to Mercy during an Eric's Heroes segment in 2021. And so right now we're actually going to turn the tables and we're going to have Eric take over and interview Mercy.
Oh, my goodness. That is an absolute honor as well, because this young lady and I go way back. Well, it's an absolute honor to sit here with Mercy because we go back 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I met you. You were a young woman with a lot of dreams.
And not a lot of hair.
And not a lot of hair. Actually, you had curls.
Oh, I did, the chemo curls.
Gorgeous,
yes,
Shirley Temple curls that were just spectacular. But I want to set that stage a little bit.
Yeah.
Your story, I want to briefly go over your story and then talk about being the community hero for Seafair. It's an incredible story. As a young child, let's briefly go through it. Your best friend's father had cancer.
Yeah. I was 7 years old. Yeah, I saw this unknown disease, to me at least. I didn't know what cancer was, and I saw it just eating away at this person I loved, and I had no idea what was happening. And up until that point, I was like, if something bad's happening, we can stop it. We can fix it. So I wanted to figure out, okay, what are we going to do about this cancer thing? And then that just opened a whole can of worms, and I loved the puzzle of it, and I hated the way it had just blasted through the world, impacted everyone. And so I got hooked, and I've kind of stayed hooked since.
Well, you were 6 or 7 years old, and this, I think it's a little window into your soul, right? You're 6 or 7 years old, you decide, I'm going to tackle cancer. So, and you didn't stop. You learned about the disease, you studied the disease, you raised money for the disease. Then when you were in high school, right?
Yeah, I was
16?
Sophomore year, so I just turned 15, I think.
You decided to launch this campaign to raise money, and you said you would do what?
I set a goal for $30,000, which I had no idea how much money that even was at that time. But I wanted to do something crazy. I wanted us to do something big to mirror sort of this horrible thing we were facing. Like, let's do something giant that's amazing. And I was like, well, if we reach this goal, I'll shave my head and donate the hair to Wigs for Kids to make these wigs for children going through cancer treatment. I didn't think we were going to raise $30,000. I mean, that was the dream, but I didn't think that was actually going to happen.
You did it, didn't you?
But we exceeded it by over $3,000. And so the day before my junior year of high school, I got bald. I
Okay.
donated 2 feet of hair. Yeah.
Amazing. And I can tell you from looking at photos from that stage in Mercy's life that she had one of the good bald heads. There was no
I've been
no
told
lumpy
that.
head. It was beautiful. But okay, so you shave off your head, and then this is what's incredible. And you raised the money for Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yeah, it was for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, which is a phenomenal organization, but
Yeah.
it was specifically for their pediatric cancer initiative.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now 2 weeks later, you're not feeling good.
Yeah, well, I hadn't been feeling good since COVID hit, so I thought that I had COVID for the longest time. I took more COVID tests than you could ever take in your life. And for 6 months, I was bouncing from pediatrician office to pediatrician office. And 2 months after, shaved my head, 2 weeks into my junior year of high school, I got a scan. That day, I told my mom, hey, this is really funny. I'm a bald kid in the hospital. Someone's going to think I have cancer.
Yeah.
And the scan said, oh, that's actually the case. So I found my tumors then and had a biopsy, and I started treatment for Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yeah.
The very disease
The
you were
very
raised. It's just
disease.
incredible.
Yeah, irony is cruel.
And then you also, when I talked to you, you were cancer-free.
Yeah.
But you had this dream. You dealt with this. You had this fight.
Yeah.
And you said you wanted to go to Stanford University
Yep. Yeah, that was the dream, just a dream at that
to
point.
study cancer,
Yeah.
and you have done that, haven't you?
Yeah, our second interview was so cool because I got to see this video of me opening my acceptance letter. I'm there. I'm approaching my junior year of my degree there, and it's looking specifically at cancer in the human biology department there, and I'm going on a full ride, which is beyond amazing, but it just feels like after all the cards sort of fell onto the ground, now they've all sort of aligned. And
Well, you're just one of those people who are irrepressible. I mean, I felt that when I did the story on you. And listen, anyone that wants to go back and look at that story, I highly suggest it. It's on Eric Johnson Como on Facebook. You slide back 4 years, and there it is.
There it is.
I've watched it like 3 times in the last month,
Oh.
just because we've entered each other's world
Yeah.
again, right?
Yeah.
But you sense this spirit. You sense this irrepressibility of your soul. And that's why you're a Seafair Community Hero, the first one.
Yeah.
Tell me, first of all, what that means to you. When they called you and said, hey, we want you to be Seafair's Community Hero, what was that like?
I started shaking and kind of crying and kind of laughing, and my mom started screaming because she knew I was waiting on the call. I had my interview right before I came home from school, and so I was with my family at the time, which was really special, but I had been so excited to get back to Seattle, so excited to get back with my family and have a summer together, and Seafair was just a celebration, and that was all I wanted my summer to be. And it was also just such an emphasis on community, and I think also this year I've just been feeling like I want to do something, and this
Yeah.
feels like a lot of doing some things and a lot of really good something, so it's such an honor.
It is an incredible honor.
Yeah.
And to be the first one, I just think they could not have done a better job of choosing someone.
Thank you.
The events so far, I've seen you there with your mom
Oh, yeah.
and your grandma.
Oh, my grandma's loving it,
and
yeah.
your brother, and it just feels like you are embracing this role and rising up to it. And tell me about the events so far and
Yeah.
what you've done and how it feels.
Oh, it feels so good, and it's so great because my family will be there at every moment, and it's just so spectacular because it's a Seafair family, right? You and I are part of the Seafair family. It's super fun to be able to bring my family into that family too. But we had the kickoff at the pier. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. Meeting everyone was amazing. Shaking all the Commodores' hands was so special. It was just so great to me, and they looked so spiffy in their white uniforms. But being able to, shake hands with people who are very high up in organizations like Alaska Airlines and Amazon, and have them just be so excited to meet me. It felt I felt very special, but not in a like you're an other sort of special. It's like you're a part of us now sort of special. Like let's make this summer the best it can. And it was kind of cloudy at first, but then the sun came out, and it was just such a reminder of how beautiful of a city we live in and how beautiful of the like souls of the people that we get to work with. And then the pirates was very fun. It was very silly, very goofy, very like a different vibe than the kickoff, but I loved it.
They're a little kooky, aren't they, those pirates?
Oh yeah, but it was so great to meet them, and I think my sister loved meeting them. My grandma loved meeting them. I think Seafair is just something for the whole family, and it's so special.
You know, some of those pirates, you're not quite sure if they know that they're
not pirates.
Really pirates. You know what I mean? I'm like, so a couple of the guys I'm talking to, I'm like, oh, you're actually serious.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
As a fellow theater kid, like as a theater kid, I'm very respectful of. They put on the act.
Oh,
They've got everything going on, and it was just really great to meet them. And we were kind of plotting maybe a little bit of an invasion to Seattle Children's, perhaps.
Oh,
so
how great would
they're
that
also
be?
really, really cool people.
Well, you know, you mentioned the Commodores, and the thing I realized once I joined this family, because I've been to Seafair events for a long, long time, but to really be on the inside, you realize people love being a part of Seafair. They take it seriously. It's a part of their lives. They study the history of it. They can tell you the last king and
my
queen,
goodness, for years.
Isn't it wild?
It's so fun, and it just makes you feel like you're a part of something big and joyful. And like my grandma has memories of Seafair, and my mom will pull up pictures of people she went to high school with who were Seafair princesses. Like it feels like we're like part of a lineage of like awesome Seattle summers, and it's just really special.
You mentioned your grandma. I'm just going to briefly tell people because I think the coincidence of this is incredible.
Yeah.
So I was raised in Newman Lake, Washington.
Yes, this is so wild.
Which is in the Spokane Valley, a little small lake out in the Spokane Valley. And I get talking to Mercy's grandma.
And we have a cabin there.
They have a cabin, and it's been in the family for decades.
My great grandfather built it, I believe. Like we go every year. I haven't missed a summer yet.
So we got something going on here.
Oh
right?
yeah, the universe brought us together for a reason.
Really, it really did. Okay, so as the community hero, what are you looking forward to the most? Is there one event? Is there one thing? The Hydros or the Blue Angels? What are you looking forward to?
Oh my gosh, everything. I remember texting my mom back and forth when I was supposed to be studying for a chemistry final, mind you, about all of the different events, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I got to go with this with Aaron, my brother, who's like a plain just genius. He knows he's majoring in math and physics, if that helps set the picture. Like he's a genius, but he's also just knows everything about planes. And so I'm taking him to see the Blues, the Brunch and the Blues, to meet all the Blue Angels. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. And I thought that was like blues, like jazz. Like I love jazz. So I was like, oh, fun, like a music and breakfast thing. No, it's even better. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. But I'm bringing my uncle, who served in the military for quite a bit. He's in the Navy, to a few of the sort of more like Fleet Week events, and I'm really excited. I'm just like really honored that he's going to come with me to that. And then my mom is coming to a few of the things, and she's she's in cancer treatment right now, actually. And we're actually going to the Eagle boat is coming this week, and she and I have something about eagles. I'm actually getting a tattoo later this summer with eagles. It's kind of our cancer thing. When I was in treatment, these two eagles would always fly outside of our hospital window, like genuinely every time. We named them Heme and Onc for the Hematology Oncology Clinic. And every time there's something scary or something really exciting, from an unplanned scan visit to a 2-year anniversary, we always see them. And so it's really special that it's called the Eagle, and I'm getting to take her. And Mom, you can't hear this yet, but I've just bought her a special necklace she's been wanting for quite a while, and I'm going to ask her to be my date tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
It's just really special.
I adore the way you are embracing your role, celebrating it, and sharing it with the people that you care about. I mean, I really love that. So now, as the community hero, especially since you're the first one, your voice is amplified, right? Your voice reaches farther during this summer. Yeah. What is it that you want to get across to people? What is it that you want to say as the community hero? I mean, there must be something in you, I know there is, that you want to get out there into the world.
I really appreciate you asking me that, and I think this is a question that's been weighing on my heart for this entire summer process. I've just been talking with my mom again and again, because I think right now the world can be really overwhelming with how many things you want to fix or how many things you want to change. And it can feel really debilitating to have all of these issues you care about and all of these things that are impacting you or people you love and feel like you can't do anything about it. And one thing I've learned from, my raising $32,000 as a teen was a really eye-opening experience, how much power I have as just a young person who, hey, this is something I care about. This is a way I can make a difference in that. I'm going to do it for, this set of weeks, this people are going to be on my team, etc. Just break it down. And I actually did something. $30,000 is going to go far. And then I continued my involvement with that organization, and I think to date I've raised $120,000 with them. So that's not nothing. That's something that can go somewhere. And I've been really fortunate to work at Fred Hutch, and I've had things that I've pioneered be implemented in their clinic in Kampala. It's been so cool to see something that I have myself done actually make a difference to people and actually go into a community I care about and change something. And I think that's something I really want to highlight this year, or this summer even, just how much we are able to do, how much power each person has. And I think that one of my favorite things about Seafair is the joy and celebration and coming togetherness about it. And I think that's where one of our biggest sources of power resides. And in a world where it's really easy to feel isolated or feel powerless, I just really want to constantly have that as a reminder. Even just our joy is resistance. Even just our coming together has so much momentum that we can direct to where we want to go. And I'm really excited to, highlight my work with Fred Hutch. I think one of the best things about Seattle is how much excellence we have, and we are a pioneering space for so many things, and how important it is that we continue to fund that sort of work. And we have, Seattle Children's, UW, Fred Hutch, just excellent spaces of care. And making sure that everyone has access to that care is also really, really important. And so I think really showing the joy that I've been able to experience because I received that care and because I was a beneficiary of that research, I'm here. And so now I have to make sure that other people get to my space by maintaining, preserving, investing in those really crucial resources and really crucial missions that improve the lives of everyone.
Yeah.
And I think not forgetting that we have work to do, but also not getting overwhelmed by the work that we have to do, because we actually can get it done, and we actually can make a difference, and we actually can find that joy and find that community power and really make a change. We're not powerless.
So beautifully put. Well, listen, I will tell you, you mentioned being here in this area.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. I haven't been public about it, but I had a bout with cancer.
Yeah, we talked about this.
A couple years ago.
Which is such another set of irony.
But what you find out, though, is that this might be the best place in the world.
In the world.
To have cancer.
Absolutely. My grandma, my mom, and I have all said this. It's like a mantra in our family at this point.
Yes.
If you're going to get this anywhere, here is the place to... I worked at the same place that pioneered the bone marrow transplant.
Oh.
Do you know how many lives that saved?
Yeah.
I have full body goosebumps.
And there's people, when I was going through my treatment, coming from all over the region to be treated here.
Yes. Yeah.
And, so it's an incredible place, and it's so important for you to get that message out. And what a beautiful vehicle this is for you to deliver those messages.
Yes. Yeah,
so you got a scholarship with this as well,
I did,
right?
Yeah.
And it was the Seafair Commodores who we were just talking about.
Goodness.
These lovely
these
people,
wonderful people,
great uniforms who are just around celebrating
they're
Seafair.
Just full of joy.
$5,000 scholarship. Yeah. Can you tell us how you'll be putting that to use?
Yeah. So I'm disabled because of my cancer treatment, which means that as much as I have this new vigor for life, I have a little more of some limitations in what I can and can't do. And so I'm taking a little bit longer at school to finish my degree. It's also really important to me that I accomplish, I'm doing kind of a dual major degree situation with the human biology department and the comparative studies and race and ethnicity department, because I think I can't be an adequate doctor if I'm not caring for even the most vulnerable or most taken advantage populations. But that means it's going to take me a little bit longer to get through school, and I am I grew up on food stamps. I mean, I come from a family that needs some financial assistance, and Stanford won't necessarily fund that fifth year because it's a dual degree and they only guarantee you one degree. And so it's actually kind of life-savingly amazing to have some funds to go for that fifth year, so I can actually get the education that I think I need to become the best doctor I can be. So
wow.
I'm really actually, it has taken up so much of my brain space this year trying to figure out where I'm going to apply to scholarships, how can I RA and TA and all these things. And so to have $5,000 just taken care of is such a gift.
Here comes Seafair.
Yeah, literally.
Right?
Just the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, listen, I mean, let's talk briefly about your life. And when I met you, you were just coming out of a period where you were afraid for your life. You didn't act afraid, but of course you were afraid on some level.
Yep.
But what 100%. There's this word that I think is overused these days, empowerment. But you, I mean, really, through action, you have empowered yourself to become this light, right? I think I called you.
That means so much.
I think in our story 4 years ago, I called you a ray of light, and I just can't believe. I just think anyone who's listening to this right now is thinking to themselves, "My God, did they pick the right girl or what?" Right?
Oh my goodness!
It is such a pleasure to be reunited with you.
It really
and
is.
to see your story continuing, and to see how you're reaching out and touching the world, and will continue to do so for the rest of your life.
That's the plan. It's been so great to be able to spend this summer with you, and I can't wait for more.
All right, Mercy. Great.
So thank you so much,
So
Eric. It's so great to see you.
You've been listening to Seafair Stories, coming to you from the Top of the Tower studios, overlooking the waters and parks where the magic happens. Stay tuned for more episodes all year long as we introduce you to the people, the passions, and the pulse behind Seattle's most iconic summer celebration. Thanks to our producer and editor, Evan Slaybaugh. We'll see you next time.